We're here in the Lightning 100 studio.
Yes, we are.
And we are joined, as promised, by Bayker Blankenship, who we just met for the first time. It's so great to meet you, Bayker.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for stopping by and being here on Lightning in the Morning.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
I couldn't ask for a better Tuesday morning.
Right on.
I love that.
Even the weather you ordered showed up. I mean, it's perfect.
It's my favorite weather of all time. I get to wear my hoodies and my jeans, and I'm living life.
There you go.
That's all it's about.
There you go. Bayker in Nashville. I saw you've actually got a show or two before you play here in Nashville next week, right? You're going to be heading down to Georgia?
Georgia, I think, when we come back and do a couple more things, and then we'll hit the Exit In next week on the 17th.
Yeah.
Are you so excited about playing Exit In?
That's like where everybody has played, and just to be able to play there is like, whoa.
And you're not local to not to Nashville necessarily, but to Tennessee.
This is my home state.
Yeah, and you've been to a bunch of shows at Exit In, yeah.
I haven't actually.
Really?
It's gonna be pretty insane.
It's gonna be amazing.
Have you seen the wall? You're probably familiar with the wall with all the artists.
I've seen a lot of pictures.
And
everything.
Well, that's so cool. Like, walking in there and being able to play it for the first time. And
it's definitely had we just started the Tennessee Sunset Tour, and being able to play all these places that these bigger people I look up to play. I'm like, oh my Lord, it's crazy. You know, I've never thought in a million years that we'd be here, but.
I have to ask, is anybody in your family musical? Like, I understand that you're inspired by, I noticed Sturgill Simpson, who I used to actually play with back in the day.
No
I know.
way.
We can talk about, I played at we'll talk about that after. But, it's always interesting. We can have all these inspirations, but was there anyone in your family or any background, or you just one day were like, hey, that's a cool guitar thing, and I'll pick it up?
I was watching YouTube videos, and I seen Marty Schwartz pop up, and I was like, who's this guy? And he was like trying to teach me a song. I was like, man, I don't even have a guitar. So I told my mom I wanted one, and got it and started playing it. And nobody in my dad's side of the family, they had a bluegrass band growing up. Like, he never played anything, but his mom and dad did. And
sure.
That's cute.
I don't know where it came from, really.
Just the inside spirit.
Out of the blue, I was like, man, I want to play the guitar.
I love that.
And you did take lessons, or you self-taught?
I watched a bunch of YouTube videos.
Just figured it out, huh?
Yeah.
It's interesting because some of the greats, that's how they learn.
Yeah. I'm a type of guy, if I learn my way, it's easier for me to understand.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, if I can teach myself and not try to learn from somebody else, then it's easier for me to get it down.
It's just more natural that way, right?
More natural.
Becomes yours,
Feels what's comfortable. You know?
Yeah.
I'm all about comfortability.
We've got Bayker Blankenship live here in the studio, and he brought this beautiful Gibson guitar.
Yes.
This first song, I can tell you, is going to be Capo 2. Mm-hmm. Besides that, tell us which one you want to play first, and tell us a little bit about the song.
So this is off the Younger Years record that we released back in July. And it's called Tennessee Sunset. And I was thinking one day, like, what was this good song? Like, what did I write this for? And I finally figured it out. And it's my blue heeler, my dog that I have.
Aww.
Her name's Sadie.
She's listening now. Hi, Sadie.
I love this.
Yeah.
Okay,
so this one here is called Tennessee Sunset.
Play Bayker Blankenship live here on Lightning 100.
Girl, when I see you, you scare me half to death. Got butterflies in my stomach and beating out of my chest. You light up the room in the dead of the night. There's a shooting star in the sky tonight, so honey, let's try. Don't know what to do without you in my life. I'd be at another bar drinking tonight. I'm done with that stuff and that's a bet. You're just as pretty as a Tennessee sunset. Oh, Tennessee sunset. Honey, you stand out from the rest. I mean a lot. During the day, you're my only thought. You're so perfect in a million ways. I'm glad you came, so now I have only one thing to say. Don't know what to do without you in my life. Probably be at another bar drinking tonight. I'm done with that stuff and that's a bed. You're just as pretty as a Tennessee sunset. Oh, Tennessee sunset. Oh, Tennessee sunset.
Aw, sweet Sadie. What a sweet song. Well, Bayker, thank you so much for being here on Lightning 100. And wait, when is the show? The show's coming up.
Next week.
October 17th.
Next week.
That's a week from Thursday. It's going to be a busy week out at Exit In. Some great shows out there. Joe P will be out there on the 15th. The Critical's actually playing the night before. Bayker will be taking the stage out at the legendary Exit In. You can grab your tickets now at exitin.com. So self-taught, have you turned 20 yet?
I have not.
You have not yet.
That is next June.
Okay, so wow. So you just turned 19.
I did, yes.
And I just kind of realized that this late in life, I don't think I'm even going to try to play guitar any better because, well, there are so many up-and-coming guitarists that are just absolutely slaying. In fact, we played some Grace Bowers in the Hodgepodge. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Grace. From here in Nashville. Yes,
what
indeed.
I've heard is good.
Yeah.
And Bayker, you're actually from Livingston, right?
Yes, sir.
And that is east of Nashville.
Hour 45 east.
Okay.
So
and
right in between Nashville and Knoxville. So it's about an hour and a half both ways. So I kind of just do whatever.
Do you spend maybe equal time in each, or?
Not really.
No?
It's kind of weird. So I actually spend my time in Glasgow, Kentucky.
Wow. What's there?
Good buddies.
Oh, I love that. Do you write with these buddies or just like, I feel like that's a really important factor. I mean, even though you're here and you're playing, is finding kind of that family, that campfire feel that really allows you to do that.
Just makes you feel like
safe.
You're just safe. You can write songs, get away from everything, and it just be chill.
And don't have to hold anything back, right?
Yeah.
You find those people that you're comfortable with. That's something that we've had many artists talk about. I know, Lisa, you talked about that when you got here to Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
Part of the reason that you stayed was because of that just like sense of community.
That's like I went up there to stay the night, just 2 nights, and it's ended up being 4 or 5 months already.
And did you just go up there like knowing anybody, or you're just like, I'm going to Glasgow?
I had one friend, and he would always come down here and hang out with us, and his name's Eli Pedigo. And then I went up there, and he introduced me, and now I got 7 or 8 really good buddies in Glasgow, Kentucky.
Nice.
Bowling Green.
How far is Bowling Green? Okay.
Yeah. It's only an hour.
It's only an hour.
Closer to Nashville.
Yeah.
We're getting them closer and closer is what I'm hearing.
That's right. Well, and I think it's safe to say, I don't want to speak for you, Lisa, but you've made a couple of new friends here in Nashville, too.
Yeah.
So great to meet you.
Absolutely. 100%.
Bayker Blankenship joining us here in studio. So you mentioned on your dad's side was in a bluegrass band.
Yeah.
What was that kind of an inspiration for you? Were there any particular artists or songs that jumped out at you? Like besides wanting to play guitar, it's like when you started playing, you're like, okay, now I want to play that. Is there a song or an artist or two?
Shake the Frost by Tyler Childers.
Oh, we love Tyler.
And I listened to that, and I was like, man, those licks are like what really wants me to play. And I was just like, and I was sitting there, and the first day I remember I was sitting there, I was playing that, and I was like, hey, no, I just learned it. I just learned it, and it drove me to learn it, and like after that, like I probably learned every Tyler Childers song that you could ever learn on the guitar beginning out, and then Zach Bryan, and then from there, I was like, man, I got enough songs. I'll just start playing shows, and then from playing shows and getting introduced to all these other people that play stuff, I've learned from them, and I'll take their stuff, like little things that they do, and I'll go home and I don't know what sleep is. I just play the guitar, you know?
But I appreciate that you're just doing it. I think that, a lot of people come to Nashville to do it and they don't do it because they're scared of doing it, or they're not getting on YouTube. They're like, well, I need a teacher, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. So I commend you for just being like, well, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing
when
it.
I graduated high school last year, I was like, man, I have no clue what I want to do in my life. And I was playing the guitar.
Been there.
And I was like, man, this stuff's working out pretty good. And I was like, my dad told me, he's like, if you're going to do it, you better do it. And then I was listening to Till You Can't by Cody Johnson. He's like, if you got a dream, chase it, because they don't chase you back. And I was like, that's it.
There you go.
Hey, shout out to your dad, though,
That's
for
right.
being so supportive, because I know sometimes
if you go out, he's like, you always got a room here.
Oh, my God. I can't wait to meet your family.
My dad is like me, but 6 foot tall and 10 times nicer.
Yeah. Well, that's saying something, because you're pretty nice, Bayker.
Yeah.
And it really did. I'm sure that there are people listening right now that have found you on the socials. Man.
Yeah.
Doing
that's
those.
Where it all started.
Yeah.
That's where it's going pretty crazy. When I was laying in bed one night and I woke up the next morning to go to work, and I got to work and everybody was like, dude. No. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, let me just cook, man. I'm like, it's 7:30. I'm like, I just got here. Quit bugging me.
Wait,
Right.
so what were you doing? I think a lot of, artists
was
here.
TikTok the first one? Was that how you first kind of got out there?
I posted my first video ever, and it was on TikTok, and I played Lady May on my back porch. And I think it got 700 likes, but those 700 people was everybody in my hometown.
Yeah.
And they were
they
like,
shared
heck
it.
yeah, Bayker. I was like, okay, cool. This is awesome. And then I went to school the next day, and I remember I was like, everybody kept talking to me about it. And I was like, man, this might work.
Yeah, right. Maybe I want to do this
And
after I
I
graduate.
never sang or anything. And then I just posted that video out of the random, and I was like, man, I mean, what's worse that could happen? I have to try this and then go to work if it don't work.
Right.
But also, it sounds like you're an amazing cook if you're cooking at 7 something in the morning.
I was a pit master.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cooked at a barbecue restaurant on the smoker every day. And
my gosh.
before that, I worked in a restaurant for like my whole life.
I mean, I'm seeing some marketing things here. We got some barbecue
Big B's
sauce.
Diner. Big B's Diner is one of my things that I've had for a while that I want to own.
Oh, let's do it.
Sweet.
You heard it here first.
That's
Big
right.
B's Diner is going to be, on the road. You'll be rolling around with a little stage on the back of it and some smoker meat, competitions.
And he's well on his way. Bayker Blankenship joining us here in studio. Again, he's got a show coming up next Thursday out at Exit Inn. It's an 18 and over show. You can grab your tickets at exitinn.com. But while we've got you here, will you play Maxed Out for us?
Absolutely.
All right. We've got Bayker Blankenship live here in the studio. Nashville's Independent Radio, Lightning 100.
Fencing for a man down the road, held my hands are getting cold. This winter's really got a grip on me. Getting tired of this town, but I ain't got no money to make any ground. Another lonely night down at the bar. 'Cause I'm getting into fights and I'm falling hard. Maxed out one more credit card. What's this life worth living for? Going to jail, I can't pay my bail. Jack and Coke and let me think to myself, should've never reached for that bottle shell. She's the reason I started all, Lord, she's praying on my downfall, hoping I'll never make it out of this town. She won't leave me alone. Most evenings all I do is sit at home, think about the girl I done right or wrong. She's got my heart tied in a knot. Well, I make it out, no problem at not. All I got left to do is sit here and drink. Another lonely night down at the bar. 'Cause I'm getting into fights and I'm falling hard. Maxed out one more credit card. What's this life worth living for? Going to jail, I can't pay my bail. Jack and Coke won't let me think to myself, should've never reached for that bottle of shit. Should've never reached for that bottle of shit.
Yes, Bayker Blankenship here in the Lightning 100 studio. We are so excited to have you. So welcome to the Lightning 100 family now. You have officially made it in the studio, and we're excited for your show.
It means a lot.
Oh, well, man, it means a lot. Well, you know, not every artist is brave enough to join us on the morning show and start singing, which I did ask Bayker off air if, you know, are you usually up singing this early? He's like, well, I do get up pretty early, but not usually singing maybe in the 9 o'clock hour. But I tell you what, man, sounding great here in the studio, on the radio. Going to sound great, no doubt, next Thursday out at Exit Inn. Tickets just $15. Get yours now at exitin.com, and you can learn more about Bayker. And I do want to make the note, too, that it's Bayker with a Y.
Bayker.
Yeah.
Do you ever get asked, or I should maybe ask, how often do you get asked about that? Whoa, why do you spell it like that? Do you ever get that?
My mom has blessed me.
Yeah.
Amen.
Well, I only ask because my name's Jason, but it's spelled with a Y, and
Actually?
people all the time ask,
That's insane.
"Oh, why do you spell it that way?" It's like,
Jayson. Heck
it's like, why do you spell it that way? It's like, because mom and dad put it on the birth certificate. I've been rolling with it ever since. So
I liked your answer, though, because for SEO, way better.
Hey,
it's so much easier to find.
The best.
That's it. Amen to that. Amen to that. Shout out to all the amazing moms out there. And Bayker Blankenship, again, you can find out more at Bayker Blankenship, but spell it with a Y. BaykerBlankenship.com, and grab your tickets over at exitin.com for the show next Thursday night. Bayker, so great to meet you, and thank you again for coming by.
No, thank you guys for having me. That was a blast.
Right on. Bayker Blankenship, as we wrap up this edition of Lightning in the Morning. Stephanie is on the way at the top of the hour. We'll sneak in maybe some Foo Fighters before then. All right, that's what we'll do right after this time out here on Lightning 100.